One of my biggest pet peeves as the IEP strategist is when I see a child has a severe disability. And when I'm talking about severe, the IQ they may not be able to get an IQ, or an average IQ on a lot of these standardized tests is between 85 and 115. So right now I'm looking at a kid that the IQ is well below that, like 50s, 40s, that kind of thing. They don't have, maybe not be potty trained, things like that. And it just is clear that they've given up on the child. Like they haven't, these kids can learn, okay? These kids can learn. There are so many different things that I understand that there's not enough resources and everything. That the law does not allow for teams to not service a child because there are not enough resources. Vote for ask your politicians, ask your school board where their priorities are in terms of their budget, because there's real resources are there. The money for the resources is there. Okay. We just need to allocate it properly. It is frustrating. I've got probably about 5 kids right now that are in this category, and the parents are calling me because the kids aren't making progress or things like that. But of the 5, I say like 2 of them have just great IEPs, great teams. The parents sometimes contact me for like maybe one part isn't going well or what. So I don't get horrible things all the time, but to see the difference between what a team tries to do for a kid that may have a full-scale IQ of 45 or 50 or something like that, no speech, in one state versus a similar kid, seizures, similar IQ. They couldn't even get an IQ on this kid. They didn't try. And and again, I'm not jumping on the teachers or the schools. It's a big issue, but to see the difference in what's going on in these classrooms, from and I'm not, you guys can have at it with kids that have behavioral. None of these kids are having any sort of behavioral issues in terms of them having to evacuate a class or anything like that. But just to see the difference in an IEP for a kid where they recognize that, this kid may not graduate high school with a regular diploma, but the kid can learn, and another one with a similar background and just nothing. Just babysitting. It is frustrating. It angers me. I am extremely passionate about what I do. Now, when I have these meetings, I jump over the moon to tell the teams that are doing it right, like, this is great. I absolutely love this. Here's what we can do in this area, the reason why the parent hired me. And then the other team, I will take the information from the good team and help the other team and say, look, have you tried this? Have you tried that? And just and it's great to be able to do those things, but it's frustrating to me to have to do those things. Especially when I find out that a teacher is not trained, does not have training. So yes, special education is a degree, but there's a multitude of disabilities, a multitude of areas within disabilities that the teacher may not have training for, the teacher may not have time. But it's frustrating to me because the law requires it. And a lot of times the schools that are at a higher level than the teacher or even the principal sometimes are fighting against it, fighting against providing a kid the services they need. What happens when these kids graduate? Parents don't live forever. The independence, and this one kid is going to have some skills to be able to self-advocate. He's always going to need somebody with him, but he'll be able to self-advocate. He'll be able to communicate his needs and wants to other people. If that is the very least, it is just maddening. I just had to come on here and just let it out.